already, the handshakes, you can see the players. We're off.
We are off, and Magnus Carlsen, he starts with 1d4 against Denis Lazavik.
Yeah, you just see the players. I'm just always interested how they make their first three moves, because some people, they spend a little bit of time, others, they slam the first stage of the game, but we do see a queen's pawn opening from Magnus Carlsen. I wonder how Denis is going to play this game.
Yeah, solid has been his trademark throughout this season, Denis Lazavik. We see him open as black with the Queen's Gambit. The Queen's Gambit declined. Rock solid stuff. Magnus trades off a set of pawns in the center. Really interesting that neither player really showing too much speed with the way they're moving. Looks quite lethargic, if anything, the way they're moving the pieces. Just calm start to this game, Robert.
And I'm looking at Denis, who's holding his head already. I think something that he admitted to was that when he's playing online, he's not looking at his opponent. But here he is, Magnus Carlsen, the highest rated chess player in history across him, and he probably just doesn't want to look at Magnus. He said, I'm going to focus on the board. Let's be objective about things.
Let's pretend it's I was going to say offline chess, online chess even. This is offline chess over the board, of course, but Denis so strong with a mouse, so strong when it's online. And okay, this is interesting. Black already ambitiously attacking White's bishop. This knight on the rim, far from dim, and a bit of a rare position, forcing Magnus to take the first real think of this game.
I like the choice because he is being very clear in his intentions. I want to take that bishop off the board and claim the two bishops advantage. The best players in the world, they prefer to have a pair of bishops rather than a knight and a bishop. It's equal in terms of point value, but bishops longer range pieces. So Magnus is actually sitting in for a think here. David, why would he be surprised by knight h5?
Yeah, I'm shocked. Magnus is a big expert in this opening with white and with black, and to surprise the world, number one, will be a big psychological success for Lazavik. Either Magnus is totally shocked and is out of book and has messed up his move order, or he just knows too much about this position and is trying to juggle, trying to weigh up which option to go for. White, of course, doesn't even need to move the bishop. It is protected by a pawn. White has various squares for that bishop to retreat, to move, to even go and capture Black's knight over on b8. So I think Magnus probably not that surprised, but certainly not looking too warm right now as he weighs up this decision.
Yeah, as you said, getting your bishop captured is not the end of the world, and Black has spent 2 tempi with that knight. So Black has not castled the king. White has 3 pieces out. Black just has 2. You can bring that 4th and last minor piece in the game, developing your light square bishop, and you see Magnus has taken my bishop on a 4. Let's first go with the queen. Now he's flexible. David, is he thinking about castling queenside?
Definitely. Magnus Carlsen, he's universal in his own words. In terms of style, he can play any style, but especially I noticed against lower rated players, he takes risks, he plays provocative moves, and always the most ambitious ones. So, yeah, interesting moment. I would never dabble in anything like this. I'm a much more classical player, but Magnus, he's really putting pressure on Lazavik at an early stage.
It's smart play by him because he is trying to put the ball in Lazavik's court. And now there are going to be double pawns on the board. That sounds like a bad thing, but inherent to having double pawns, open files. And also there's a 4-on-3 pawn majority for White on the king side. And if Black's king ventures on over there, then we could see the makings of an attack.
And this is exactly the kind of outcome that we want out of the opening. A non-standard position where there's already an imbalance with a knight versus bishop trade. So we know that it is going to be a well-fought middle game. One of the things that sets Denis Lazavik apart from his colleagues, his young colleagues, is that his positional style, his strategic play. And Magnus Carlsen, how do you find your chances of defeating the world's greatest player with that style? Will Denis Lazavik, with the black pieces, be able to hold on in this one and make a go of it with the white pieces in the next round? We will keep an eye out on this one, but we've also got moves coming in from our other big matchups, and let's check in.